So, the first formation out of the three, as I am showing three videos on this, three different formations, three completely different styles. The first formation is 4-2-3-1. I'll say 4-2-3-1 is probably in the majority of what players like to use, and it has the widest range of people in it. The reason why, you know, the majority of people use it is because it's such a balanced formation in the attack, defense, and in the midfield. So, tactics for the 4-2-3-1 are defensive style balanced. To give you a good balance in defense, the width I go right in the middle, and depth I go one lower. You can go, however, two lower or maybe three lower, but I use one lower. And if you're confident, you can do that. But I use this. So, offensive style is long ball. Long ball because it's deadly on the counter attack and can harm opponents basically. The width the same, so width is both the same. Defense and attack. Players in box I use one to give me an extra chance of scoring, and corners from free kicks I only do one in the box. This way it leaves all your tall players in the box, the ones you want to head of the ball, and puts all your small players, the ones who you don't really want in the box, outside the box. Free kicks, yeah, one as well. Right, now we got instructions. My striker is Gabriel Jesus, so he's quite fast. So because he's quite fast, I use getting behind. But you don't have to use getting behind. You can use mixed attack. Getting behind just works well for me. Support runs are default, and stay forward. You'll see why it's stay forward in a minute. It does really come in handy, and you'll see why. Okay, so that's the attacker. Getting behind, balance, stay forward. Right, now, going to the wingers. I'm pretty sure of the wingers that everything is the same. Yep, it is. Everything's default here, so gets you, good balance up front, so they help out the defense as well. So you've got balance, or should I say default on both your wingers. So Morris has got it well, as well. Alright, this is the important one. Paul Pogba. He's going to be my cam. You have to stay forwards. This way, him and Jesus will stay forward together, causing up a deadly link up. And it just works really well. So I highly recommend using stay forward on Pogba. I also use get into box because he's quite a tall guy. Head the ball. You want to use get into the box anyway, even if they're not tall, just because, volleys and all of that kind of stuff. Positioning, default, and interceptions, conservative. You're going to see a lot of conservative interceptions throughout the tactics, / instructions, but that just fits the concept. So, right now, this is where it gets interesting. You're going to have two CDMs, but one's going to be slightly more advanced. So Fabinho, in my opinion, is a more defensive player than Van der Beek, so he's going to be my deeper player, whereas Van der Beek's going to be my slightly more attacking player. For the defensive player, you're going to want to have defensive behaviour on cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, conservative interceptions, and cover centre. This way, he kind of forms a back three with Thiago Silva and Matip, causing like a back three line, and it's really solid, so I highly recommend using that. Van der Beek, I use default, so then two default, conservative interceptions again, and cover centre again. So you got both of them. Most people have got conservative interceptions apart from my wingers and my centre backs. So fullbacks, I go stay back while attacking. Otherwise, that leaves too much space open at the back. I find out a lot the hard way. So stay back while attacking. I use conservative interceptions again, and I use run type overlap. And that's the same with Wan-Bissaka. And that's about it for the instructions, really. Because centre back and goalkeeper are the same. Roles doesn't really matter. So the basis of this formation are your strikers and cams are going to stay out together, and you have one advanced CDM, one defensive CDM, and it's really solid, so I highly recommend using this one. And don't forget, there is going to be another episode of this coming out tomorrow, maybe in the same day as this video goes up, but I'm probably not sure about that. So make sure you subscribe. That would really